Assault rifle here.
Heading this way.
Enemy UAV overhead. Check your gear and weapons. Planes are making ready for deployment. Enemy soldier incoming.
Going in.
Warm up start. Time to kick this off. Plunder. Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets. Alright, soldier, mark a drop point for your team.
I vote we drop there!
Voila, that's the place!
Enemy
Stand by
soldier
to drop.
incoming! Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead.
Found a shotgun.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Taking fire! I'm moving. Cancel my lap. I see movement.
All right, I got you.
Contact!
Extraction is standing by. Marking LZ for pickup. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead.
I've got an SMG.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Body armor. Lethals. Over here.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy attack chopper is in the AO. Bring it down and recover the cash. Enemy launched an advanced UAV. They're exposed. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Target mark. Send it.
This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Back inbound.
Secure all cash in the area.
No hits on that run.
Red mark. Hit them now.
This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound. Impact, no joy.
Assault rifle here.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy soldier incoming.
I've got an SMG. I'm back to the station. Coming to you.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Found a ride here. Get in.
Hey. Brosaw. Hi. Amazed I'm awake? By the way,
Usually you're asleep around now. It is kind of a surprise. Oh. I got a lot of applications. Oh, one button. There we go.
emoji thumbs up.
A lot of stuff I'm gonna have to get.
The Chow say hi.
Hi, Chow. How you guys doing? Also, you saw the call I made for Shade yesterday, right?
The Chow are happy and talkative as usual.
I believe I know what that is. It's under a certain bridge. Yeah, it's under a certain bridge. Not too far out from the main city. I really should go back and try and do these if I can. If they aren't like if it isn't too late to do these, I really should try and do them. The experience would be well worth it. And while I'm at it, I still gotta finish this. But using this recon drone, drone's gonna be a pain. Like such a pain. The downs won't be too difficult. Second power will just be kind of tedious because I have to keep on dropping the crate. I hate trophy systems because I feel like they're cheap, so that's just gonna be a personal annoyance. Covers, man. Those can be destroyed, so that's gonna be a tricky to find a place to put it. That's gonna leave me open, meaning it'll be dangerous to use unless I have people with me. And people are gonna have to actually pick these weapon drops up. So
Bro Soul, you seem to amaze these Chow.
well, I tend to be told stuff like that. I just kind of have that like air around me, I guess. Just because I have a tendency to overthink a lot of things I do. So I did finally get this. I've been spending the few times I've played this one thing. A few times I've been playing this, I've been trying to get this watch because I love how it looks. And I apparently got it either today or yet the last time I played this without realizing. Probably today because I just now noticed I had it. A holographic watch. And unlike the one for the Battle Pass, it's not green, it's orange because it's, you know, Halloween themed. And it has bats flying around it if you look closely.
Wow.
Really cool. And if I find all 16 of these things, some like calling cards, little charms to put on my weapon, and sprays I can spray paint onto surfaces, and this one, like the one weapon you can find, and this knife you can find, I'll be able to get basically the special Halloween build for what is probably the most overpowered weapon in the game. Just because of how modular it is, both in-game and in real life. Literally with this, once you get this gun, if you put a certain barrel on it, on it, you pretty much guaranteed don't have to worry about the gun shaking and kicking back at all when you're firing it. It's pretty much just a straight line firing. And if you put more parts like the grip under the barrel and stock on that, even better. And if you really go far enough to put a tactical laser on it of any kind, you're pretty much just gonna have perfect aim, perfect hits, perfectly straight shots constantly. And people are already, since the weapon originally came out, been building crazy stuff with it. I also like how they now they have a bunch of weapons and stuff in this game based off horror characters and stories and such, just for this event, though you do have to buy them. Like a Bloody Believer, because, you know, horror movies. And then there's stuff like this. They have a special cosmetic and weapon pack for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, where Velikan, a guy who in this game is a true legend in Coalition Forces, is a massive legend, and is known to be
Emoji astonished face.
Even though he's the guy that this skin is for is a mercenary, he was a legend in several different militaries. Literally is known to be very brutal towards his enemies, and doesn't speak at all. And anyone who does ever hear him speak never talks about it. Basically, the guy's just that terrifying and that efficient at what he does. So, of course, they'd give the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface skin to him. And in his pack the character came out with originally had dismemberment and special tracer spot that's shadowy, So it makes sense that they give the machine gun you can turn into a gun from a previous game, the chainsaw, to him, because, you know, the horror movie has a chainsaw. When the gun's built like this, and it's called a chainsaw. Because, you know, jokes. Meat grinder. And horn for a car. Like, it's actually very clever that they put the skin that would best fit for certain characters on said characters. Like, Morte loves Hollywood. He's an Italian guy that I believe he likes Hollywood movies. If I remember correctly. No, like, he specifically loves westerns. So I'm not sure why they'd pick him to have Star. Not sure why, though. I guess it would kind of fit, I guess. Oh, these got the Saw weapons are like painted out so it would match his the character style. This melee weapon is a melee weapon knife, so you can just pull it out and slash at people. And if I get this pack, by getting it, not only will I get this knife, but I'll get a special version of it that is a throwing knife that quote unquote drills into the enemy when it hits them. Though because of limitations in the game, it just says it just looks like it's doing it. It doesn't it just hits them and looks like it's drilling. It doesn't actually do anything. It just looks like it is. Because of limitations in the game. Haven't actually seen this one. Of course it'd be shotguns. Of course it'd be a shotgun and a pistol. And so I've seen this in multiplayer busted. Really broken. Not only does this weapon build itself isn't really effective, apparently, but it has 16-bit tracers, so every time it fires, you just see a blocky bolt of like old school 16-bit gaming blocks flying at you, and when it hits you, it bounces off in a 16-bit chunk, which is annoying to look at because it's clearly like, okay, you're really flexing your money, got it, and just the weapon itself would have built like this, and that, especially that barrel, broken, and that tactical laser, especially broken with the barrel. So that's just annoying. I will say this is clever though, Wolf of Blade. Clever reference to numerous different cartoon shows and old games.
Huh.
John Soap McTavish. I miss being able to play with him in games. I miss it. Guy is just lovely. And I remember, if I'm correctly, I believe Dr. Karlov was some like an old. It was in some horror movies, but he's just like an old folktale. If I'm correctly, Dr. Karlov is an old folktale turned into a horror movie. And I think it does have actual Russian origins, so it makes sense that they give the leader of the Russian Nazi forces for the coalition on the ground the skin for it, because it would fit his personality.
Emoji astonished face.
Now the actual character, the actual horror character doesn't have all this weaponry, tactical weaponry and stuff, but he does have the little metal mask, because I think if I'm correctly, the character Dr. Karlov, in his story, I believe he died and came back, I believe, from the dead, due to the experimentation he'd been working with, and he had like a serious fascination with electricity. Hence why all the weapons for this kit, for this cosmetic bundle, while the weapons themselves are busted and very powerful, since they're, new event stuff just for this time of year. But that little tag at the bottom says conduct, as in conduct, like electrical conduct, yeah. Fits in with the resonant assault rifle. this weapon applies an electrical tracer effect, meaning when it hits you, you not only get electrocuted, not only does it shoot lightning at you instead of bullets, but
I don't watch horror movies.
Neither do I. I just know a lot of stuff about this kind of stuff because I pick things up really easily and hold on to interesting facts. Long story short, for this weapon, when it hits you, it shoots electricity at you instead of bullets, but they still do bullet damage. But for some odd reason, due to balancing for new special cosmetics in this game never being good, it's overbearingly powerful. It's too powerful for its own good. A couple hits and you're pretty much guaranteed to die. And not to mention, I believe when it does kill you, you quite literally blow up. One of them. Excuse me. Sorry, I had a sneeze. One of the weapons in this pack, when it shoots and kills you, you quite literally, like, it has this memorament effect. One of them does, meaning you'll lose a limb if you get hit there and killed. But rather than just lose a limb or two, it literally blows up your entire body, leaving just like a couple blood-soaked, like skin shredded limbs. Like these ones, literally just leave. These weapons, when they kill you, only leave a couple shredded limbs. Thank you. Just leave a couple busted up, shredded limbs on the ground, which bothers me, because they're just apparently that powerful. I don't even see anyone using this MP7 from the bundle. I only ever see this assault rifle, because it's apparently incredibly strong, which bothers me. And I would go out and like buy a thing just so I could get these weapons, but money. And I only have until like November 3rd if I do want to end up getting them. Oh, and that knife I told you about with the last pack, this one's exactly the same. Except when you throw this one, it just coats itself in electricity and just flies at you like a dart. It still arcs down like a knife would realistically if you throw it, but yeah. And the capacitor, basically just taking the SUV in this game, putting an old, rusted, beat up Russian military paint job on it. It's faded and all. And yeah. And calling it capacitor because electricity. This guy clearly, this movie guys, it's clearly all about electricity, as you can tell. And he was psychotic. You know, just makes sense. I've seen this in Warzone, but I've never used it. Of course, the bundle of Call of the Reaper would have a super powerful sniper rifle that is bolt action, but it's still really powerful if you can hit your shots, and a freaking hand cannon. Only makes sense. Twin Dragons. Okay, that is gaudy. I've seen weapons like this in real life, and in like pictures that were from like people who are rich and like guns. Like they'll make the gun gold plated over the normal metal, and then just put ivory on it instead of, or like white leather on it instead of like the normal like material you might use for like the bale and stock, just to say, hey, I have money. And it always bothers me every time. With pistols, I can let it pass because it's that's a classic thing for people with a lot of money or that have like shady backgrounds just to like show themselves off and seem like there's something. But still, it bothers me. while gold is strong, it's not something you'd want to use for a weapon. Tools and like stuff for creating stuff, maybe because it can be pretty good at that. But in my opinion, for just straight up weapon, no. Wait a minute. I believe Kruger is... Oh no, he's the Coalition one. I was thinking of Golem, his old commanding officer. Since they are both from the same thing, but Kruger apparently got framed for crimes he might not have done, and just went running. Also, even though this is an assault rifle, in real life, it has often been used as a marksman or sniping weapon. Marksman rifles being assault rifles that can be used to snipe, but not from too far away, like short-ish to medium-long ranges, not just very long, like over 400, like not like over like a certain amount of meters, over a certain amount of couple hundred or 1,000 meters, depending on the one. While snipers can go even far, can shoot maybe across town if you're high up enough. Is that a pipe? Okay, that's kind of funny. Explosive surprise, and the charm is, quote is, the hopes of winning are a pipe dream if you hang the explosive surprise charm, because the charm itself is a pipe bomb with the explosive device and wiring not on it or active. That's clever. That is actually really clever. I will say that. Dang, just using brass knuckles.
That's what I thought.
Also, Sid is an ex-U.S. Army Ranger turned gunfighter who went into various combat zones since she wasn't satisfied with the military lifestyle and wanted to really make a difference, and went gun for hire, but more like, well, just went quiet, sneaking into combat zones she shouldn't be in on her own and just doing work, getting things done. G36 is machine gun, which as an assault rifle, which the assault rifle version of it is just the same gun, but with a small 30-round clip and a couple different varieties of a stock to go on the back, and this smaller barrel, and any kind of scope you probably want, and such. Basically, this is just one way that the assault rifle could be made. Even though the original weapon is a machine gun, with a couple parts swapped out. Really reliable, very similar to the M4, but not quite as reliable or well liked or used, but still effective in its own right. Aztec weapons. Oh, that's actually really cool. SKS, but still really cool. Like, that's actually really beautiful looking. I should probably get to playing soon before I run out of time to play. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, I think I'll go into multiplayer just so I can maybe get more weapons to use. Yeah, because I still need to, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I still need to get this so I can make my really powerful build with that I made in custom games. Though getting it to slide will be a pain. I do it with MP7, but that thing runs out of ammo far too quick, and I need a ready supply, something that gives me a ready source of ammo. Five kills in 5 different matches, aim down sights with no stock. Alright. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. Alright, and I just gotta get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gulag is going to be the hardest one to get because almost everyone when they can will land there. So getting that one will be the last one I get probably. Because I know how hard that one's going to be to get. Oh, I get Juggord. Nah, that's clever. That's really clever. I'll give him that. That's incredibly clever. Though when I am getting all the things, all those things, I'm just gonna do it in Plunder. It'll be way easier. I'm not sure how Zombie Royale would work in multiplayer. 5 kills, 5 different matches, aim down sights. Got it. And for this one, I just gotta get 2 kills while sliding in 15 matches. Alright.
Cyber attack. Retrieve the EMP device and shut down the enemy data center. Device secured.
Dang it. Oh, if there's a scope like that, he won't be able to quick hit anyone. Just keep it moving, buddy. Just get to the thing. Come on. Don't you have another weapon? Come on, you gotta have another weapon. Okay, good. His aim was way
Hostile has
off.
the device. Protect the data center.
He's just sitting there. You have a gold gun, and you're just sitting there.
Disarm the device. Protect the data center.
You can see. Oh. You're horrible. You're horrible. You're a horrible person for just sitting there and throwing like that. You're horrible. You are literally the worst. Oh. Okay, how did he slide that long? Oh, someone's running tracker. No wonder they know where you are. And that guy's wearing standard Achilles, the standard skin you start off with on this side. So yeah, he's definitely not playing. And he's probably on someone else's account or something.
Lost the device. Hold the data center. data center. Enemy UAV overhead.
He survived someone fast.
EMP, defuse it.
How? Like, even I would have killed that guy, thrown a special grenade or something to blind anyone in there, and then went for the kill. I swear. Alright, here's a good scope at least. One that would be good for quick shots for this thing. Why would you swap weapons back?
On to the next.
I'm gonna be honest, you kinda deserve to die there, because you swapped weapons when you could have just shot and killed him with your pistol. Don't underestimate your sidearm. You had him, if you just were fast on the draw. You just had to be fast on the draw and you would pass that.
Get to that device.
I knew someone was hiding there. Fucking knew it. Fucking knew he was hiding there, but I couldn't see him. You're focusing too much on getting a clear headshot. Just take a hit. This guy's gonna get a
cyber attack. Get to that device. Device secured.
My chow are giving loving vibes.
Thank you.
Bomb the EMP, defend it. Our EMP was defused. Switch to defense. Stay hungry. There's more where that came from.
Don't try that again.
Switching sides. Cyber attack.
Move.
Get to that device. Enemy UAV overhead.
Copy. Jaguar 3-0 en route for personal radar coverage.
Hostile has the EMP.
Someone's gotta be somewhere.
Zero. Personal radar is bingo fuel. Recalling to base.
Loader 2-0. Good copy. Up to strike away.
When you wipe the entire enemy team, pretty much.
We have the EMP. Less than a minute. Set the device. Defend it.
This one is over there.
We've set the tempo. Keep it up in the next round.
I have the bad feeling that they are now gonna try and find and kill me. They are now gonna try and find and kill me immediately.
I can't use cameras because I'm going on safari.
Alright, where does Scary Maps person go?
They are now gonna try and find and kill me immediately, so I'm leaving the rest to you.
Get to that device. Enemy UAV overhead.
MOG astonished
Lost
face.
the device. Hold the data center.
I saw that too. Bad way to go. Ah, we're fucked. They coming hard at me. We are. What the hell?
EMP in play. Attack the empty station. Hostile has the EMP.
I actually got lag. I got lag switched. I was aiming at a guy.
2 times. You guys can't be
No,
better.
I was aiming at a guy on the bridge, and the moment I fired, I was suddenly in front of a wall. So I actually got lag switched.
Switch sides.
I actually got lag switched. They're trying that hard.
Why the kid with the freaking scary freaking mask?
They're trying so hard they have to lag switch us.
I was
At least we don't have a possessed kid no more.
Oh shit, y'all can hear me this whole time?
Yes.
What? What? I didn't realize that.
I'm not gonna get over the fact that just so they can win, they had a lag
Cluster
switch.
strike incoming. Take cover.
There it is again. Another lag switch.
Don't die!
I went around a corner. I suddenly get lagged
Don't
back.
die, but yet you're gonna die.
No, that's because they're lag switching now. They decided to bust out the lag switch. I'm gonna be honest with you. They decided to bust out the lag switch. They've decided to bust out the lag switch. Just so you know. Because the moment I go out a corner, I suddenly jump back, hop forward, and then I'm dead. Before I can react.
Yeah. We just lost.
All day, lads. Clean yourselves up.
I mean, at least we weren't lag switching, like some of you were.
No, we didn't lag switch.
I mean, how can you explain? No. How else can you explain me aiming and then suddenly facing a wall?
You got 15
Shut up. Shut up.
No, I'm more concerned about why you're lag switching.
No one lagged.
I'm not sure how else you can explain me, my screen suddenly jumping around all over the place, and then back on target when there's no one there. Can't really explain that any other way. You now know how people react when you call them out when you know they're cheating. They do stuff like that, like nope, they immediately deny and will not let you speak. Cause you saw my screen when I aimed at that one guy on the bridge. You saw me suddenly pop and face a wall out of nowhere, then start shaking and fling back. So you know that they were cheating when you see stuff like that. Because the internet can't just suddenly bug out and do that. It can't. That's kind of impossible. Your internet can't do periodic seconds of just freaking out and then back to normal. The service doesn't work that way. Only time they do stuff like that is when it's been doing that for a long while. Like you get several matches in a row of just consistent, like freezing up and not moving as you should for several seconds to a minute, and then it goes back to normal and starts again later, a couple of moments later. When that happens, yeah, it's normal internet problems. But when you, for just a couple seconds, when you're about to shoot someone or do anything that's important, your screen starts freaking out and your camera starts flinging all over the place, or somewhere where it's not looking at all, and then you suddenly shoot back and there's nothing, and things are completely different, and you have no chance to do anything to save yourself, then you know that the other team most likely is lag switching or doing something to affect the game so that they have the advantage. Because stuff like that happens far too often in this, because some people don't realize that you can't do stuff like that. Like literally, the Halloween event for Warzone, one of them is like a battle royale where if you die, you turn into a zombie and can come back after getting 2 antivirals, meaning kill 2 players and collect it, or just collect 2 of them randomly from dead players. And you can come back as a person. Literally the first time I did it was with some friends. What happens? Our session and server that we're playing in gets shut down because people are using lag switches to cheat so they can't die. Which is stuff that people constantly do in normal Warzone, but it's very difficult to detect. Because some people just do whatever they can to get away with it.
Astonished face.
Yeah, there's a lot in Call of Duty's history since like maybe the first Modern Warfare onwards, even a little bit before then, like once or twice up from then on, people have a lot of players that say they're really good or may have a bunch of stuff they shouldn't have at a certain rank, or either players who made new accounts consistently just to mess with people who are lower ranked and clown on them and make them look bad. Cheaters or people who did some kind of hacking or something so they can always win. And then there's people like me who are just the honest players who get sick of it and will call you out as it is. Because we can tell when something ain't right. And other players might just turn a blind eye to it and not care, but me, no. I will say something because I don't take that. That kind of bullcrap bothers me a lot and angers me. So I don't take that kind of stuff lying down. Like, you have no idea how much it, honest to God, does bother me. Oh, it's Chop 34, so yeah, I don't have too much longer to play. I'll probably have time for one special ops match and that's about it, to be honest. And then I'll have to like start getting ready to go down to my physical therapy appointment. Still can't believe they have DEFCON 2. That honestly kind of bothers me and scares me. That they'd go that far. Just to make a, instead of just making a new operation, they'd go that far just to make some these ones they have harder.
Allegiance actual to Arm 4. How copy? Our local source, codename Mage, identified multiple AQ safe houses used by El Traficante. Intel lines up, but as of 0700, no contact. They've got time.
Mage is our lead asset in Verdansk. If he's in AQ hands, we need to move fast. Search every safe house, locate Mage, and we'll pull him the hell out of there.
Rescue our informant, and you will lead us to El Traficante.
Arm 4, first enemy safe house is marked. Move in and clear it. Search the building, find any actionable intel that leads us back to Mage.
They're moving. Thank you.
I see that.
Reloading over here.
Блин, that's a lot of cash. Photograph the serial numbers. Whoever's moving this kind of money could have our informant.
Arm 4, we're getting hits on an account tied to El
Another one here.
Traficante.
Here's another.
This could explain why Mage went dark.
We're tracing the serial number.
Arm 4,
Here's another.
cash was transferred to El Traficante this morning. We need to strike while the
Another
iron's
one
hot.
here.
The more intel we find, the faster we zero in on Mage. Arm 4, you've got an enemy vehicle inbound. Arm 4, be advised, you've got enemies inbound to your position.
Enemy infantry! Reloading. Got another.
Enemy armor, moving in.
Here's another. Here's another.
Heavy armor incoming.
Reloading. Target lock confirmed.
Enemy armor inbound.
Target lock confirmed.
Okay.
I'm fired. Changing max.
Enemy armor inbound.
Changing max.
Arm 4, sweep and clear the upstairs. No stone unturned, yes?
Changing max.
This I'll remember.
clear the upstairs.
Oh,
Going on
get up
third,
here.
yes?
They're good. Thank
Good
you.
work on 4. We have a solid lead from the intel you found. Move to the next safe house and clear it.
Care package inbound.
I'm 4. The schoolhouse is Mage's last known location. Secure the building and sweep it for intel. We need to rescue Mage before they break him or kill him.
Traps at the entrance. Seems like
Got one here. That's the area.
Search the air.
checking the intel you found. Stand by.
Watch these straps. Bad way to go.
On 4, we're cross-referencing that intel. Sit tight.
Looks like we have a possible hit on Mage. We're working on a location now, but keep searching for intel. Anything you find could help us track them faster.
Changing another one here. Watch the straps. Bad way to go.
Shit, that was one of our sources. Looks like AQ is cleaning house. Keep searching for Mage. We are running out of time.
Change gun another. Changing max. Taking fire! Throwing grenade! Changing max. Changing max.
On 4, sweep and clear the upstairs. Going on third, yes?
They're good. Thank you.
Reloading.
Four, sweep and clear the upstairs. Going on third, yes?
Reloading. Reloading. Dropping out.
Danke.
On 4, sweep and clear the upstairs. No stone on third, yes?
Scan another.
Oh, wait. On 4,
I'll
we
stop
have
the
a solid
bleeding.
location. Mage was transported to a hotel north of your position. Proceed to the hotel and secure the asset.
Good. Ready to move. Reloading.
Putain de merde! On my way.
On 4, you're approaching the hotel. Mage should be inside.
Reloading.
Be advised.
Friendly care package inbound.
Copy that.
I'm moving. All right. Satchel, we need air support.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe I put the ATV to me while I was using the chopper? So that if I got attacked, I could get out of there fast? Did you stop to think about that? Because that's why it was there. And now I have to run all the way up. Thanks for making my job a lot harder.
Heads up! Juggernaut's incoming! Be advised, infantry inbound.
I'm driving. On y va. Taking fire!
Armored target! Moving on your position!
Merde!
Reloading!
Reloading.
Good work on 4. Exfil is inbound. Get Mage to the hook point prep for retrieval.
Got suicide bombers, move! Copy that. Get Mage to the harness. Signal for exfil when ready. I'm with you!
Dropping out.
Changing mags.
Setting us up. They're good. Thank you. Set on target. Secure the area.
Arm 4 visual on the package. Exfil is inbound. ETA 10 seconds.
Come in, Exfil. Our friend is in the air.
I'll ride if you come.
Arm 4, major secure. Scared shitless but secure.
Then my head hurts.
Armored target! Moving in your position! Arm 4, big group of them. You've got mortars incoming!
Work on 4. Mage is hiding
Enemy
Armor up!
move!
Who's first?
Got mortars incoming!
If your head's hurting, you should probably lay down then. Jesus Christ, 46 notifications?
I gotta rest.
Alright. I was about to end the stream so I could get ready for my appointment anyway. And do some of the stretches I should have done early in the morning. Rest up and feel better, and while you're at it, maybe take some aspirin. That might help. But if the headache is more like a migraine kind of pain, like deep in there, maybe something like Motrin would help. And if that still doesn't do it, if I were you, if you don't have a pair, I'd recommend getting those blue light glasses, so that when you look at screens and such, your headache, it filters the light so that it doesn't fully reach your eyes and head. So the headache won't be as often or as bad as it could be. You can buy a pair online for relatively cheap, depending on what online store you go to, like Amazon. But I'd recommend having an eye doctor check and see if you should get it. Because I know they can prescribe one to you. And stuff like, but though the blue light glasses is more of a last resort thing. Before that, I'd probably just check and see if you do wear glasses or contacts. I'd check and see if your prescription needs to be updated first. Because sometimes that is a problem that can happen. Like, I used to have almost perfect eyesight and still ended up with glasses. Just because things that were further away were becoming harder to see, given my tendency to be close to screens. Because I wanted to make sure I could see the tiniest details. And now I wear just slightly stronger and or weaker glasses of a different design.
Okay.
I don't want you being like my brother, since he was like what, maybe 15, 16, hasn't been to a doctor's appointment once, hasn't gotten a checkup once, and hasn't gotten his eyeglasses prescription updated once. And he wonders why he feels random body pains and notices weird random bruises. It's because he's purposefully not taking proper care of himself due to money. Even when he had enough money to do so, he still wasn't. Well, go rest up. I'll still be here once I get back after like by 1:30. I'll be leaving a bit before 1:30. And I should be there within 4 to 5 minutes max, hopefully. And 45 minutes after that, after 1:30, or a little less, depending on on how quick I get there. I should be back, excluding the 45 minutes walk back, depending on traffic. So yeah. When a wonderful stream, and if I do get back early, before if I hopefully get back before 3, hopefully if I do, I'll maybe play a game of your choosing. I currently have Grand Theft Auto installed, Need for Speed, the Need for Speed I was playing yesterday installed, Call of Duty Modern Warfare obviously, and I have Genshin Impact. But I might play GTA 5 just to do some missions, if you guys want. Bumble around the story for a bit before going online. Maybe. Well, for now, this is Soldier Gaming Eevee, signing off. Adios.